everybody, happy Friday. We're nearly there now, it's nearly the end of the week. So our last maths lesson of the week is going to be a revision recap on our multiplication skills. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So I'm going to go through some examples and then I'm going to use some activities for you to have a go at doing, and then I'll go through the answers at the end. So I'm going to just show you an example first, and I've given you steps of success there to help to work it out. So, for example, if I was working out 25 times 8, I'm going to follow my steps of success. So the first thing I need to do is write my HTO, I need my equals bracket, and I need my times sign, which is what I've said there. Then I need to work out, and I need to put my numbers in. So I'm going to be doing 25 times 8, so 25 in my tens and ones column and my 8 underneath. Now I'm going to start in my ones column first because it's where I always start, and I'm going to do 5 times 8, which if I do 5 times 8, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, I have got 40. However, I cannot put 40 in the equals bracket because I can only put one digit. So instead, I need to put the 0 in the equals bracket, and I need to put the 4 underneath the tens column underneath the equals bracket. Now this 4 represents 40 because we've exchanged 40 ones and I've exchanged it for 4 tens because 4 tens is the same as 40 ones. This time, I'm going to ignore the 4 at the minute and I'm going to look in my tens column. So looking in my tens column, I need to first of all do my multiplication first. So I'm going to do 2 times 8, which I can do 8, 16. However, then I need to remember to add my extra 4 at the bottom. So 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So my answer is 20. However, same with the ones, I cannot write 20 in this gap here. I must exchange. So this time, my 0 would be in my tens column and my 2 would be under my hundreds column. Now remembering that my 2 actually represents 200 because I've exchanged 20 tens for 200. Now I can look in my hundreds column. I've got nothing times 8, which when I times something by 0, it's always 0. And then don't forget to add your extra 2 at the end, so it would be 200. So that's an example of how to have a go at doing this one. So just in case you've forgotten or you need a quick recap, obviously that's how we will do your working out. Now you might have some questions that look something like this, where you have to find the missing numbers. Now these are challenging, so I'm going to go through this example first so that when you get these questions you know how to work it out. Okay, so it looks something like this. So again, first thing we need to do is we've got it all set up ready to go. Then I need to start in my ones column, just as I would always do. And I've got something times by 3 is, it's not 4, remember, it's 24 because of the exchange 2. So something times 3 is 24. So I can either count up in my 3 times table until I get to 24, or I could do 24 divided by 3. So let's count up in our 3 times table. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24. So I know that this answer here has got to be 8. If we check it now, 8 times 3 is 24, so that is correct. Now I can go to my tens column, and this time I've got 6 times 3, which I can do straight away. So 6 times 3 is 6, 12, 18. However, remember, this number here isn't going to be 18 because we have got the extra 2 tens to add. So 18, 19, 20. Now I won't write 20 in here because I can't write 2 digits in the one column, but I will have exchanged the 20 tens for 200, so 2 goes in there. So if I want 20, my number in here has got to be the 0. So I can check it now. 6 times 3 is 18, add your 2 is 20, and then finally nothing times 3 is 0, sorry, and then add your 2, which is 2. So that's how you would work that one out. So exactly the same as how you'd normally work it out. Start in your ones, try and work it out the best you can. So now I'd like to have a go at doing this worksheet that I've put on Seesaw. Now read question 1 carefully. If it's saying 5 times 3 ones, think about where what ones represent. If it's tens, if it's 2 tens, what does that represent? This is just showing that you're timesing 5 by 3 ones, and you're doing 5 times 2 tens, adding those two numbers together. So it's just another way of showing you're working out. Same idea with number 2. They've just shown it a different way of working it out. So you're timesing it by your ones first, then by your tens, and then adding the two together to find out what it would be. Now when you get onto question 3, what I would suggest doing is going back to using your multiplication, just like I've shown you as the example, for doing question 3 and question 4, and showing you're working out that way to find the answers. And then for questions 5, 6, 7 and 8, have a go at doing again using the same method of what is on the screen, using the number method. And then for number 8, here are some digit cards. Use the digit cards to create a multiplication of your own. So you're having a go at making your own number sentences up. You can do lots and lots of different ones. You can use those, you can use ones of your own. And I want you to then think of seeing if you can try and come up with some calculations where you're going to produce an odd number. Remember, that's numbers that end in 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, or an even number that end in 2, 4, 6, 8 or 0. How many ones which you have exchanged in the ones column, one that's exchanged in the tens or ones and tens column, to find that out. So have a go at doing that, and then I'll show you the answers on the screen after. So the answers for these are 5 times 3 ones is 15, 5 times 2 tens, because remember 2 tens is 20, so 5 times 20 is 100. Add those two numbers together, so there will be 115 marbles in total. Number 2, 4 times 5 is 20, 4 times 10 is 40. If you added those together, you would get the answer 60. Then you should have done your working out for these, and you should have found these were the answers for question 3. And then for question 4, obviously the answers there as well. So then for question 5, looking at using the same method to check your answers. So obviously they're all there for you. For question 6 again, this one is looking at what is Tommy's mistake. So what I would suggest doing for this one is for you to have shown the working out of 37 times 2. You would have then noticed that Tommy hadn't exchanged on his, whereas you had to exchange 10 ones for 1 10 in your ones column, rather than just putting it straight into the equals brackets. For number 7, to find the missing numbers, for this one, that was quite a nice easy one for those two. And then obviously for number 8, you might have lots of different, but there is examples, but there is just one example that you could have used. So I'd love to see your work if you want to put it on Seesaw for me to have a look at, and I hope you have a lovely day.